Having met someone for the very first time, have you ever thought, what, you too? I thought I was the only one. C.S. Lewis says that indeed is how friendships are born. C.S. Lewis is known for so many inspiring quotes and great writings, such as The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and the Chronicles of Narnia. I discovered one famous quote he is often credited with saying, but in reality he never did. The quote goes something like this: "True integrity is measured when no one else is watching." Now this quote comes from Charles Marshall. He's a motivational speaker. But let's think about these elements of this quote. Integrity. No one's looking. What do you do? How do you yourself act when no one's around? As you go through life, one thing is certain. You can get an idea on how a person might act in private by how they act in public. Years ago, I met a man, Ken Godfrey, living his life with integrity, joy, happiness, and a high-spirited sense of adventure. Now, each of these items Ken offers, never asking for anything in return. Each characteristic, independent of the other, would make any man a stand-up individual. I have been fortunate to meet a man who brings all of these characteristics together. Over the years, Ken has taught me, led by example, how to become a better man. He is a man who absolutely loves his wife and son, a man who leads an upstanding life, a man who treats every man as an equal, and a man who absolutely loves the outdoors. Ken truly deserves all the greatness that he's garnished over the years: his family, his friends, and his luxuries. Ken and I share a lot of things in common: our love for sports, our love for the outdoors, our competitive nature, and we both grew up in Chicago. One thing we did not share was the one thing I'd always been looking for: the integrity of to be a good husband, a father, and a friend. I'd always known something was missing in my life, and until I met Ken, I didn't understand what it was. It was a guide who leads his life with these attributes. Ken is a fully committed husband and father. Through his actions and words, Ken always shows the unfettered love he has for his wife, Marcia. Ken always speaks so kindly and respectfully of her, and he's always willing to seek a hug. Ken supports Marcia in all her endeavors and undertakings, be it knitting, her graphic design work, her love of cooking, working on her loom, and even being a cheerleader from the sidelines of the tennis courts when she's playing tennis. Ken completely supports his son Ryan in all he does. Ken speaks kindly of Ryan, even when he's not being maybe so smart. I never hear Ken condemn Ryan. Now, he may not condone Ryan and his actions, but one thing is for sure: he will always come from a place of love when he might disagree with the decision Ryan has made. From all my previous life experiences, it was such a refreshing change to meet a man who so dearly loved his wife and child, never spoke negatively of them, and absolutely loves each of them. Yet there was more he offered. Now, the thing I was missing in my life was a friend who demonstrates personal integrity and ownership of self. Ken, he walks this walk. Ken never speaks negatively of anyone. Ken may not like someone, but you will never hear him speak negatively of them. Ken always acts to the betterment of those around him. Ken allows you, his friends, to make mistakes without judgments. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to act and think with love, kindness, and caring. It's okay to make a mistake. Just own it. It's okay to be vulnerable. You won't be mocked for it. I mean, think about this. The only thing this man asks of you is to be true. Now, these alone, a man who idolizes his family and is accepting of others' flaws, would make for someone you'd want to hang out with and maybe even emulate. But you know what? There's more to life. How about we have a little bit of fun? Ken is an active outdoorsman, and he loves the world we live in. Ken has amazing stories. He loves to share about his kayaking adventures and rafting adventures, stories of rafting and hiking the Grand Canyon, stories of his Hobie cat, maybe surfing the waves, kayaking Hawaii's coastline. Let's see, what other adventures does Ken like to talk about? You know what? He's always up for an adventure. Ken loves football games, whitewater rafting, hiking, music, concerts, bioluminescent kayak tours, bike rides, you know, and even a holiday invite. I'm known as Thanksgiving David. Now, all of this was introduced to me from a man I met one day strictly by accident. Ken Godfrey has become my best friend. And equally, he helped me become a more patient and kinder, a better person, allowing me to feel safe in my mistakes while trying to separate myself from my personal demons. And in turn, he made me a better father, a better and happier person. We all should be so fortunate to have a friend who we share common interests with, doesn't judge us, represents what a family man should look like, and doesn't shy away when things get tough. I hope each of you are so fortunate. It took me 35 years for Ken and I to meet. And when he came along, I was in dire need of a friend, a mentor, a brother, offering a helping hand, judgment-free zone, love of self and others, and teaching self-esteem. A man who promotes a life of integrity and pride. You know, my ex-wife said to me one day, "Who are you and what have you done with my ex-husband?" She and I owe this to Ken. He absolutely helped me become the man I always knew I could be. She knew I was finally becoming the man and father I had wanted to be. I owe all of this to you, my friend.